You know that feeling when a phone drops that's supposed to be a fan edition, but it ends up making you wonder whose fans they were actually listening to. The Galaxy S25 FE has officially arrived, and at $650, it's sitting in this weird sweet spot, not a full flagship, not a mid-ranger, but trying really hard to be both. And here's the twist. Samsung dropped it earlier than usual, just days before Apple's big iPhone 17 event. Bold move, right? It's almost like Samsung is saying, hey, don't wait for the iPhone. Look what we've got. But is it actually good enough to pull people away from Apple's hype train? Well, let's break this down because this one is trickier than it looks. Welcome back, viewers. James here. If you're new, make sure to like, share, and subscribe so you don't miss any of these deep dives. Now, let's see if this phone really earns that fan edition name. The first thing you notice about the S25 FE is that Samsung did manage to make it slimmer and lighter this year. It's rocking a 6.7-inch display with 2 refresh rate modes, 60Hz for saving battery and 120Hz for smooth scrolling and gaming. It's bright and sharp, but here's where it gets interesting. A lot of phones under 500 are already pushing higher resolutions and even faster refresh rates, so while this is good, it doesn't really wow you the way you'd expect from an S-series device. And then we get to the chipset. This is where Samsung threw us a curveball. Instead of going all in with Snapdragon like on the main S25, they used the Exynos 2400s. It's fine for everyday stuff, but performance-wise, it's a step or two behind. Even Samsung's own Z Flip 7 runs the newer Exynos 2500, which still struggles to match Snapdragon speed. That's a tough pill to swallow for anyone expecting flagship power here. Samsung also capped this one at 8 GB of RAM. And yes, that's probably enough for now. But this phone is being marketed as an AI-focused device with One UI 8 and Android 16, complete with tools like Gemini Live, Note Assist, and Circle to Search. AI is only going to get more demanding, so 8 GB could start feeling cramped faster than you think, especially if you're a multitasker. Battery life. It's rocking a 4900 mAh cell, which sounds nice on paper, but we're in 2025. A year where budget phones are crossing 5 hours a mag with no sweat, and some are flexing with 7,000 mAh while staying surprisingly slim. So while this will get you through a day, it doesn't exactly scream endurance champion. The camera setup is where Samsung tried to make a statement. You get a 50MP main with OIS, 12MP ultra-wide, and 8MP telephoto with 3x optical zoom, and a new 12MP selfie camera. The main sensor is solid, good light capture, good detail. But the 8MP telephoto feels outdated when rivals are now putting 50MP zoom lenses in mid-tier phones. It's one of those moments where you wish Samsung went just a little further. And this is where things get spicy. Compare it to something like the OnePlus Thorn 30R. That phone is under 500 and still gives you a bigger battery, faster charging, Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 12GB RAM, and a brighter 6.8-inch display. And if you hunt around, you might find the OnePlus 13 flagship itself for around the same $650 price, with Snapdragon 8 Elite and a triple 50MP camera setup. That's a hard combo to beat. But Samsung isn't out of the game. The S25 FE does bring IP68 water and dust resistance, better than most rivals in this price range. And if you're already in the Samsung ecosystem, Galaxy Buds, Galaxy Watch, Tab, whatever, this phone slots right in, no extra setup headaches. So here's the bottom line. Is this the best $650 phone? If you want a reliable, stylish phone with great software support and you love how Samsung devices work together, then yeah, this could be a good pick. But if raw performance, battery, and camera innovation are what you're after, there are seriously tempting options out there, and that's where the decision gets tough. The Galaxy S25 FE feels like a phone that covers the basics, but it doesn't really dominate in any one category. And in 2025, that means you'll have to weigh your options carefully, especially if you're looking for the absolute best bang for your buck.